Well, it's time for our Sunday check-in. Big transitions can be scary, but they're an unavoidable part of life. Life coach Jasna Burza is here to talk with us about this. Jasna, thank you so much for coming in. You are such a trooper, always coming in at 7 o'clock in the morning. We just give you a hand there. Life transitions, and I think, as we go through the summer, a lot of us are looking at transitions that are coming up in the fall. What are some of your thoughts about it?
Well, they're inevitable,
right.
And whether we like it or not, they're going to continue to happen. So whether it's loss of a job, or beginning of a job, or a relationship, or a season, they're always going to come, and as humans we resist change. There's something about us that just doesn't enjoy it as much, but the more we settle into it, we can really make it a very useful and practical season for our lives.
All right, and you've got a slide of embrace change and cultivate a positive mindset. And I think this is hard because change is hard, but I found that the times in my life when I'm just completely freaked out about a change or a new job, and I'm really worried and I wish it was still the old way, a door opens.
Something beautiful gets created, and that's just it. Very often we resist, and whatever we resist, it persists. So the more we really step into the comfort of it, it's here, how can I make the most out of it? So if we really embrace it, well, it's happening. Maybe it's a transition that we really don't desire, breaking up of a marriage or losing a loved job. There's an opportunity. You can ask, well, I could really make the most out of it. So that positive shift in the mindset can really make all the difference.
Well, I've got a story about a lost job. This is how I came to Minnesota. I got laid off in Memphis, and then I got a job here, which is this is a fabulous station. But I was leaving all my friends. I was just crying, although driving up kind of like a la Mary Tyler Moore, going to go, ah! And I got here, and obviously 6 months in, I interviewed my future husband for a story.
Oh my goodness.
And so I met him, and I've got, now this is my home. I've got 2 kids. I mean, so it's just, it was a change. I was so scared and so worried about it, and it turned out it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
And very often you will hear people say that, I love that story. I did not know that, how beautiful. Very often people will say, well, I really didn't invite that. Even in 2020, so many people have experienced massive, rapid change. And yet they look back and they're very likely will say, that was the best thing that happened to me. So if you can keep that in the back of your head.
I mean, you never know. You never know. Yes.
True.
Also, you suggest seeking support and maintaining a strong social network. And I think this gets hard as you get further on into adulthood, because in school there are all these people around, you got free time.
You have parents.
This is tough, though.
It can be very tough because more and more we live in a more individualistic society. We feel we have to bear the realities of life on our own, but it is important, and it can make all the difference if we have the right people in our lives. So close friends, confidants, and if we don't have really close friends or people in our lives at this moment, we can seek out professional help, people who actually specialize in those life transitions and can ease, because it can just alleviate that heaviness that can come along with it.
Right, and seeking social network, I think this is hard sometimes for moms, because you spend so much time and work so hard making sure everything's good for the family and the kids, and they're going to soccer and they're going to hockey and drama and art classes. And you don't have time for yourself, and the old friends kind of fall by the wayside, and that's tough.
That happens very often, and the more it happens and the longer it goes on, we feel like we have to do everything on our own. And it's just a reminder, in this show we always try to do just a reminder, there's always someone out there that can be a beautiful listening ear, and someone who can hold that space.
You also say set realistic expectations and establish goals, and practice self-care and maintain balance. Realistic expectations and establish goals. I mean, I think we're really hard on ourselves, especially women, I think, and moms. I really do. I think we're hard. We want everything to be perfect, and it can't be.
Well, in general, we feel like in this Instagram culture, it's like, you have a baby, you should have a six-pack and be ready to do all the things. And I think that that's not the reality. So if you're going through major transitions, things are not necessarily going to happen overnight. So if you set goals and have them in a very small chunks that are a little bit more realistic, a little bit more manageable, you're going to feel more at ease and a little bit more in control of your life.
I would have lost it if I had had children in the Instagram age. I
you
didn't
believe
even
it?
think of that. Oh my gosh, that would be so hard.
It
All
can be
right.
very hard.
Shut off the social media, people.
That's it.
Okay.
And be kind to
Okay.
oneself. We're all navigating life the best that we
Okay.
can.
All right.
Love yourself.
All right. Thank you so much, Jasna. Really appreciate you coming in.
Such a pleasure.
Okay.